Hello friends, it's Laura from Cool Mom and Collected, and welcome back to another pregnancy related video. Only this time, we're talking plan for labor. We're talking how I'm planning to have an unmedicated birth with baby number 4. I did have an unmedicated birth with all 3 of my prior children, and I'm so thankful to the Father for giving me the strength to do so. So now that I'm 38 weeks pregnant and we're kind of approaching these last days, I'm not gonna lie, even as a seasoned birther, I am kind of getting a little nervous. So I knew that this was a video I wanted to put out there, not only to hopefully inspire any of you who are aiming to have an unmedicated birth with some tips, but I also just really needed this for myself to kind of talk out my plan, get it all cemented in, because baby could be coming any day. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know if any of these labor techniques for unmedicated birth is something you're considering for your unmedicated birth. And yeah, let me know if it helped you out. Let's get into it right now. When I go into the hospital to have my 4th unmedicated birth, Father willing, I have my hospital bag packed, and one of the things I have is this folder. In this folder is just a reminder, among some other things, of some labor techniques that I hope to use to get me having that baby unmedicated. And I'm gonna kind of go through them with you. I also have a blog post with these that I'm going to link in the description box below in case you want to read it. And I also have a handy dandy bag filled with a lot of the supplies that I'm gonna be using. I like that I can have everything for the second labor begins in one spot, so that as I need it, I'm not scrambling to try to find it in my house or in my bag. I just got this bag ready and I know it has everything that I need. So the first thing that I'm gonna do as soon as I go into labor is I'm gonna be pumping the water. For my past 3 pregnancies, I gave birth in a hospital unmedicated, but I was also not hooked up to anything. And that was really awesome, not having an IV inside of me. And I just found that more comfortable for moving around. I didn't have the hep lock. At one point with my first, I believe I had to wear a fetal monitor because baby's heart rate was a little weird. But as far as like an IV in me, I've not had that, and I've really enjoyed it. And I'm kind of looking forward to that for this labor as well. I'm gonna be downing water to stay hydrated and hopefully not need to have that IV hooked up once I get to the hospital. The next thing that I'm gonna be bringing that I don't have in here, but I'm definitely gonna want it, that I just remembered, is headphones. Getting into the zone is so important for me. In the past, when I gave birth, one of the things I realized that I personally did not like was when nurses, who I guess are used to this whole delivery experience, we're kind of just talking like casually, you know, maybe laughing. You know, my sweet husband, who is literally my rock, like he's my number one, he's the only person I want there. But say like they make a comment and they're laughing back and forth and I'm like in labor, that's not something I want to hear. And I don't want to be rude, but I just find that headphones really help me to sometimes block out that noise that, although it's well-intentioned, to me, it's almost like you're laughing while I'm in some serious discomfort right now, and I just need to stay focused. So everyone please be quiet, dim the lights, and like give me everything I need to have this baby in terms of encouragement and focus. I have a beautiful birth playlist on my iPad. One of the people that I want to share with you that is a new artist to me that I love is, his name is Jonathan Ogden. I'll link him right here. He plays beautiful music that is scripture inspired, and I'm also gonna link down below like probably the theme song of my birth. I think that this is gonna be going from the second I go into labor to in the delivery room if I can. I just want to hear this song over and over and over. It's based on a psalm and it's absolutely beautiful. I think you guys would really like it, so make sure to check that out. I also love scripture lullabies, which is another scripture inspired music. My kids actually are listening to it right now. They listen to it at bedtime, and I just want that peaceful, you know, serene kind of music being played during my birth, and I know that's going to help me to stay focused. This is definitely one of my top things I need to have an unmedicated birth, is a back massage and counter pressure. I get really, really bad back labor. And so my husband will actually take his hands, and the midwife showed him how he sort of like cinches my back together and puts a lot of pressure. This causes some pain that actually distracts from the pain of the contraction itself. It almost alleviates the pain of the contraction and allows me to more so focus on the pain of the counter pressure. Another way that we can do that is with balls. And these are actually the only balls I have. Since I have 3, I will of course juggle for you right now. Okay, wait. Oh. Okay, back to it. This is just really great around your lower back, guys. Let me know in the comments below if you guys have back contractions. I'm thankful that I have something for that. The next thing that I will be focusing on is my breathing. And breathing, guys, is so important. I know some people say through the nose and out through the mouth, but I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I'm super congested, like now. So I really rely on just making sure that I have an equal amount of air going in and an equal amount of air going out. Sometimes I'll breathe like the ocean throughout an entire contraction. So I don't know if you guys have had contractions. It's almost like a wave where it goes up, and then it goes down. And obviously it increases. You're really, you're feeling it. You reach a peak and then it comes down. So sometimes I'll breathe in and then I'll let it loose towards the end. I know this is probably gonna be a little weird because I'm like feeling, I'm not contracting right now, but I'm like feeling the memory of the contraction while I'm explaining this to you. So forgive me if it's a little weird, but breathing is really important. I was never one to be like, I've never done that. I've always been deep in, deep out, because if you don't have control of your breathing, guys, you'll notice, you'll start, like, I remember towards the end, I tell my husband, like, I'm forgetting how to breathe, breathe with me. I'm talking so much that I have no room to breathe. So it's really great for your partner or your doula, I'm sure will tell you, to breathe with you and breathe at their pace. So if they breathe deep and breathe out and you breathe with them, it'll help so much. So I'm looking forward to doing that with my husband. When you're going through labor, there's always this like tendency to want to yell, or that's just gonna harvest tension and it's gonna keep your body closed. It's not gonna open you up. So what I heard and what works great for me, because I'm an alto anyway, is just to have a low ooh. I'm sure that's kind of creepy. Again, this is gonna be a weird video. It works, and it contributes to the birth because you're actually breathing down, you're grounding yourself, and in doing so, little do you know, you're pushing baby out with every breath, every exhale, where is actually just closing the baby up and she's not able to get out. Relax the face and relax the jaw and the body. Relax every muscle from top to bottom. It's so easy to want to get tense, but when you get tense, your muscles, I mean, think about it, it's not going to be easy for baby to get through. So I'm really going to just focus, and you guys might laugh at me, but I picture a cow giving birth, and that's pretty much what I feel like. That's pretty much what I try to be like. I will literally lay on the bed in early labor and just picture a cow. Go ahead. Right now, YouTube a cow giving birth. They're not fighting it, baby. They're just laying there and they are letting that contraction come. They are relaxing every part of their body. And so I do that a lot during early labor. And you might need massages because you might get some, what's that called? Charlie horses. Those are really not fun. Magnesium is great for that. Sometimes I picture the ocean flowing over me. So again, this idea of like just laying down in the sand, and every time a contraction comes, it's like, I might be underwater for a second, but before you know it, it pulls back and you can breathe again. And so that's kind of the imagery that I have. Swaying is so great. Standing up swaying, holding your partner swaying, on your knees, back and forth swaying. Ooh, it's getting hot. Next, I put getting on all fours. This has always just been a position that I want to utilize because it kind of opens you up when you're on all fours. You can kind of like spread your back legs out. This is actually on all fours is how I gave birth for my last two children, and it was really, really wonderful. Speaking scripture, like my last birth, if you guys watched my video of my birth story, the thing that I kept saying, and I wrote it down again this time just in case, is you keep him in perfect peace whose mind is stayed on you because he trusts in you. You keep him in perfect peace whose mind is stayed on you because he trusts in you. I'm definitely going to be holding on to scripture. My beautiful friend, Jen, who is actually pregnant again with me this time, and she's only a day earlier or later, made me last time these beautiful affirmation cards. If you guys ever want to do something special for someone that you know is trying to have an unmedicated birth, I totally recommend this. She put Bible verses and just really beautiful words to encourage me in my natural birth. And then I actually just on the back put some additional ones so I could keep these and just add ones that I found. Like for instance, it's not pain, it's progress. I never ever say the word pain when I started my labor. I'm never like, it's super painful. I never give that to my mind. It's always, if anything, it's uncomfortable, there's discomfort, but I never say pain because pain is scary. Pain can cause fear, and I just don't want to add to that in birth because you do not need to be afraid when giving birth, especially if you give it to the Father and rely on Him. So prayer and scripture is huge during my unmedicated births, and one of the main reasons I believe I get through. I have some essential oils that I plan on using. Lavender and peppermint are my stars. Lavender because just the smell is very relaxing, and then peppermint I hear is great in the toilet bowl. I think you put it in the toilet bowl and it helps you. Why do I like peppermint? Oh, peppermint essential oil drops can be placed in the toilet to help make it easier to urinate after baby is born. But it also says peppermint can give moms in labor a much needed boost of energy. It could help ease the nausea during the transition phase of labor. So that's why I have it. Good to see, this is why I'm doing this, so I don't forget why I'm doing this. Also have dim lighting. Dim lighting is definitely something that I want. This is really funny. Okay, I don't have this, but I was thinking of this. With my first child, I actually had a coloring book, and when I got to the hospital, I was 6 inches dilated. 6 centimeters. Yikes. Inches. Ugh. I literally have a picture I could put right here of me coloring. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And I have to say that was really helpful. And then like, you know, as adults, we're like color within the lines. So I felt like I was so just focused on making it beautiful and pretty. And it could be a really pretty keepsake after birth as well. So think about that. Maybe I'll link down below the one I used. Maybe I'll get it again. I just don't know if I need it. My births have been so fast since that first labor that I don't think I would even have time to get my crayons out. My first labor was like 70 plus hours or 50 plus hours, something crazy. And then it's been like 6 hours, 4 hours, and what's it gonna be this time? I don't know. Getting down on the floor, squatting, you know, not crossing your legs, but opening yourself up. That's something I'm gonna do. Heating pad. This is a sock, and it has rice in it, and I believe, oh, totally smells like essential oils, probably from me dropping lavender on it, which is another great idea. I heat this up during labor at home. I put it on my back, I put it on my neck, I put it anywhere that I need, again, to get distracted from the pain. So I'm really excited to use this. It sort of does the same thing as when my husband counter pressures, because it's distracting from the contraction with a different source of pain or discomfort. Next is walking and breathing. This is just a reminder to keep my body moving, that with moving is progress. If you stay still and you stay in one place and you don't move, the progress is not going to be as great. Closing my eyes and focusing on my breathing. Visualization, even on the silly things. This is just an option of something that I can do or something you may want to do. I remember my mom said in labor she was counting the tiles on the floor because she also had unmedicated births, and she was just counting the tiles. And I guess just visualizing or being focused on something is a really great way to do that. Counting things, memorizing patterns or lyrics. And that's true too. Say you're memorizing the lyrics of a song or you're memorizing scripture. You can literally use that time during birth to distract yourself by memorizing those things. Sitting on the toilet, I also put, I think that's good for relief, because when you sit on the toilet, your body is opening yourself up. So maybe it's like a mental thing. You think if you're sitting on the toilet, you're going to open yourself a little bit more. This is my newest thing I'm going to try this time, the comb method. Let me know in the comments below if you've tried this. I've seen YouTubers do this. I've researched it, and I can totally see this working as well as a way to handle labor pain or discomfort. So basically you take the comb and you put it in the palm of your hand, and apparently there's, a sensitive area here where when you squeeze it, it will take away the pain or the focus of the discomfort on your back or on your contraction, and it'll put it in this area. So I've seen girls that are kind of like doing this with the comb. As the contraction heightens, they're pushing, they're focusing more on this than on the other things going on, and then they stop and they can relax. And I can see this working really well for me, because my pain tolerance is very high, but sometimes you just need to psych yourself out by using something different than what you're anticipating in your mind. By the way, I don't use all my labor resources in the very beginning of labor. I downplay labor so much that I may not even use all these resources at all. My goal is to downplay the contractions and the discomfort, never to assume that it's time to push until my body starts involuntary pushing the baby out itself. And I purposely do not get checked as a way to keep my mental state and my water intact. I never want to think I'm further along than I am. Those are some things I do, and I hope that helps you too. That's it, guys. That is my list of things that I'm planning to do for labor. I hope that you guys enjoyed. These are all things I'm planning to do to have an unmedicated birth for my 4th time. And so let me know if any of these helped you. Let me know if you yourself used any of these in the past. I know this was kind of informal, but thank you so much for being here, and I hope that you were able to gather something from this. I am looking forward to coming back one day soon and telling you guys my birth story when that occurs. I'm still pregnant. I still got the baby in the belly, and so we'll see. Maybe when I come back for my birth story, I'll be able to share with you guys what really worked and what I utilized when giving birth. Keep me in your prayers, please. I would so appreciate it. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.